Imagine waking up to a shattered window, your car gone, or your small business emptied overnight. This isn't just a scene from a movie. It's a terrifying reality for millions across the United States. Property crime isn't just a statistic. It's an insidious epidemic costing Americans an astounding $27.9 billion every single year. From bustling metropolises to quiet suburban streets, no one is truly safe. As we hurtle towards 2025, the landscape of crime is shifting and certain cities are becoming battlegrounds. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the 10 most populous cities with the highest rates of property crime in the United States, revealing where residents and visitors face the greatest risks. Number 10, San Antonio, Texas. Kicking off the list at number 10 is the sprawling Sunbelt hub of San Antonio. Known for its historic river walk and rapid population growth, San Antonio's success story is increasingly shadowed by a struggle against rampant property crime. Its vast, geographically spread out metropolitan area makes it a challenge to law enforcement, creating soft targets in its high-density retail zones and residential developments. Statistics show that the rate of larceny theft in San Antonio is significantly above the national average, reflecting a relentless issue with shoplifting and retail theft in its large shopping malls and commercial strips. Furthermore, the city sees a high volume of auto theft, a consequence of its major interstate network that allows criminals to quickly steal and transport vehicles or valuable parts. San Antonio's property crime problem is a painful illustration of how rapid, poorly managed urban expansion can inadvertently create new opportunities for crime. Moving up the coast to number 9, the list lands in Oakland, California, a city that has become almost synonymous with the infamous smash-and-grab crime trend. The city's unique, often heartbreaking property crime profile is defined by organized retail crime, where masked crews raid stores, emptying shelves in daylight and a persistent high rate of burglaries. The most recent data on the larceny theft rate in Oakland remains alarmingly high, a direct result of these highly visible, sophisticated heists that have decimated small businesses and large retailers alike. This trend goes far beyond petty theft. It is often the work of well-organized criminal networks targeting products for resale on the black market, exploiting a perceived lack of consequences. For residents, the fear is palpable, as these brazen daylight attacks demonstrate a profound lack of respect for public safety and order. At number 8, the script turns to the Midwest and the struggling heart of the Rust Belt, Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland's property crime woes are deeply rooted in its economic and demographic challenges. Decades of industrial decline and population exodus have left behind significant tracts of abandoned and neglected property, which inadvertently create prime targets for break-ins and theft. The city consistently records one of the highest residential burglary rates per capita in the nation, reflecting an environment where valuable metals, copper piping, and unattended household goods are regularly pilfered. Unlike the retail-focused crime of the West Coast, Cleveland's problem is intimate and invasive, hitting residents where they feel safest, their homes. The cycle of poverty, coupled with the sheer availability of soft targets in decaying neighborhoods, sustains a persistent, high level of property-related off. And C's. The charm of the Big Easy masks a serious danger at number 7, New Orleans, Louisiana. This vibrant, world-famous tourist destination perfectly illustrates the stark contrast between a thriving visitor economy and crippling local crime. The immense concentration of tourists, often carrying cash and high-value electronics, makes the French Quarter and surrounding areas a magnet for street-level theft. While visitors enjoy the nightlife, residents face a much more severe threat: carjackings. New Orleans has battled one of the nation's highest per capita rates of motor vehicle theft and carjacking, with criminals often exploiting the city's confusing network of streets for quick escapes. The police department is perpetually strained, trying to balance the needs of high-visibility tourist security with the pervasive issues of theft and opportunistic larceny that plague its residentia. Areas. Taking the 6th spot is the unexpected inclusion of Denver, Colorado. This Mountain West city has experienced a booming, high-tech-driven population surge in recent years, but its glittering ascent is marred by a severe property crime crisis. Denver's property crime rate is startlingly high, largely driven by a significant increase in motor vehicle theft and break-ins targeting garages and storage units. The city has struggled to keep pace with the infrastructure and social services needed to support its rapid growth, leading to visible issues with homelessness and drug-related crime that often intersect with property offenses. Data shows that Denver's crime rate per 100,000 residents is among the highest for large cities, positioning it as a cautionary tale. Economic prosperity does not automatically translate into public safety, and when growth outstrips law enforcement resources, even a rising star can develop a dark side. At the midpoint, number 5 is Baltimore, Maryland. This city is a complex case, having seen some overall reductions in certain crime categories in recent reporting periods, yet its existing property crime rate remains catastrophically high, preventing any true drop in the rankings. While focused community efforts may have curbed some crime in specific zones, the fundamental issues of burglary and larceny theft persist on a national scale that keeps Baltimore entrenched in the top tier of danger. The city's rate of burglary, both residential and non-residential, significantly exceeds the national average, often due to repeat offenders and chronic poverty in certain districts. Baltimore serves as a critical reminder that a marginal improvement is not a true recovery. Until its property crime rates fall dramatically, the city's residents and businesses will continue to face a daily struggle against theft and de-intrusion. Sliding into the number 4 spot is St. Louis, Missouri, a city grappling with property crime issue almost entirely dominated by one category: motor vehicle theft. St. Louis has become an epicenter of the highly publicized trend of targeting specific vehicle brands, namely Kia and Hyundai, a crime wave fueled directly by instructional videos shared across social media platforms. The ease of theft, enabled by manufacturing defects in certain models, has caused the city's motor vehicle theft rate to skyrocket, ranking among the highest in the country. This isn't just a matter of convenience for criminals. It is a profound societal breakdown where easily accessible information is weaponized for mass property crime. The impact is felt by car owners and insurance companies alike, with the city's resources constantly drained by the investigation and recovery of stolen vehicles, turning St. Louis into the unofficial car theft capital of the Midwest. Landing at number 3 is Seattle, Washington, a city known globally for its tech innovation and progressive ideals, yet now tragically defined by a painful Pacific Northwest paradox. Seattle's property crime is visually and statistically overwhelming, dominated by high rates of burglary and larceny theft. These crimes are intrinsically linked to highly visible social issues, with unchecked homelessness and a significant drug crisis contributing to a pervasive environment of opportunistic theft and visible property damage. Businesses in downtown areas and even wealthy residential neighborhoods report rampant shoplifting and break-ins, leading to widespread closures and a profound decline in the quality of life. The latest data reveals that Seattle's burglary rate is one of the worst among major U.S. cities, painting a stark picture of a thriving economic center where the most basic sense of personal security has been dangerously eroded. The competition for the top spot is fierce, but the shocking runner-up at number 2 is Nashville, Tennessee. The music city's reputation as a growing, vibrant cultural center is directly contradicted by its consistently high property crime rate. The dramatic reveal here is Nashville's specific Achilles heel, larceny theft. The city's rate of larceny theft per 100,000 residents is among the highest in the nation, driven by a perfect storm of factors, including its massive tourist influx, a high concentration of nightlife venues, and rapid, loosely controlled commercial development. This category encompasses everything from pickpocketing in crowded entertainment districts to porch piracy and the theft of contents from unlocked vehicles. Nashville's status as a booming entertainment magnet provides criminals with an endless, rotating supply of new targets, solidifying its place as a city where property ownership is a daily gamble. Number 1, Memphis, Tennessee. The grand, undisputed reveal for 2025 is that the most dangerous populated city for property crime in the United States is Memphis. When analyzing property crime across all categories, burglary, larceny theft, and motor vehicle theft, Memphis's overall rate is often the highest in the entire nation, even surpassing the already extreme figures of cities known for their violence. The city's total crime rate per 100,000 residents is a national outlier, cementing its title as the riskiest place for your personal property. Local businesses face staggering challenges, Reports frequently surface of retailers and small shops enduring multiple break-ins within a single year, leading to massive insurance claims, higher prices, and tragically permanent closures. Why is this happening? The root causes. So, why are these cities, and indeed many others across the nation, experiencing such high rates of property crime? The root causes are multifaceted and often interconnected. Economic disparity plays a significant role. Areas with high unemployment rates and lack of opportunity can see a corresponding rise in property offenses as individuals resort to crime out of desperation. The availability of drugs can also fuel property crime, with individuals stealing to support addictions. Furthermore, changes in policing strategies, often influenced by political and social pressures, can impact crime rates. In some cities, reduced police presence or changes in how certain crimes are prosecuted can inadvertently embolden offenders. The proliferation of easily accessible high-value goods, coupled with evolving criminal tactics like organized retail crime and social media-fueled car thefts, also contributes. Finally, a perceived lack of consequences in the justice system, where repeat offenders may not face stringent penalties, can create a revolving door property crime, making it a persistent and challenging issue for these cities.